Drug addicted girl takes advantage of mentally challenged boy for 3 decades. What movie is that?
Can you repeat the question one more time?
I don't know, Brayden. What movie is it?
I'm not.
Oh my god, you're gonna make us guess?
Yes.
Okay.
Drug addicted girl takes advantage of mentally challenged boy for 3 decades. It's not. I'm not gonna fucking tell you.
Tommy Wiseau's The Room.
No, it's not.
That's a good guess. Kind of.
Stop. Alex is cheating. Stop it.
He's Googling word for
God.
word.
What does it take? Like, what?
Just guess it, bro.
Hey, I made a guess.
I said it's for you. That's the hint.
I'm not Googling
It's for
anything.
Alex?
It's something that
Okay, so it has Phoebe Bridgers in it.
no.
Okay, so it has...
It's a movie Alex has cried to before.
Oh, Forrest Gump!
Yes. Forrest Gump.
Oh, man. Good one.
Yeah. That's why I said it's probably not going to be a good one.
But,
Hunter's not helping.
Thank you, everybody.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the PodRats podcast. I'm Brayden. Today we got Alex, Christian, and Hunter. So Alex is back with us today.
Hi,
movie
Alex.
news has been revived.
Oh, shut the fuck up. I did a good job.
Sure.
Yeah.
In your
did,
absence.
We did a fine job without you, man. But yeah, so Alex, hit us with some movie news.
All right. Returning with some absolute dime pieces this week. Stranger Things 4 finale will be feature film length over 2 hours.
Holy heck.
Yeah.
That will be more of a movie than a general episode.
You guys remember Game of Thrones, that old fairy tale show about Dungeons and Dragons?
Yep.
Yeah, well, this is going to be twice as long as those finales.
So it's just a movie.
Are you guys,
I don't actually think so.
Are you guys excited for Stranger Things?
No.
Because I'm not.
Not really. I'm sure it'll be fine and good, and I'll watch it. But yeah, I'm not like, just because I feel, I don't know.
It could have ended at 3 seasons, and I would have been
Yeah,
happy.
I feel like the hype train's kind of like dead for it, Like people like want to watch it and stuff, but I just feel like there's not like a huge amount of hype for this season at least.
I think I just don't care anymore,
Yeah.
But, oh well. I mean, it'll be good. They're always good. Everyone will love them. But
Speaking of things,
Everybody loves.
and with hype, Tom Cruise didn't want Top Gun Maverick to debut on streaming. He wanted this to be a theatrical release after the COVID-19 pandemic set us back like a year or something. Yeah, this was supposed to open June 24th, 2020. And
Damn.
Was it really?
yeah.
Golly.
I didn't know that.
And in case anybody forgot what day it is, today, well, currently, May 19th, 2022,
That's what like today is right now.
right now.
That's crazy.
So, and I think this movie is releasing early June.
No, it's May
Late May.
27th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah. Same thing. Do you guys remember the video that came out, or the audio clip that came out of Tom Cruise yelling at his crew
Yes.
because they weren't following COVID precautions?
Yes.
Yeah. So it just makes complete sense. He's like, no,
Yeah.
there's no fucking shot this is coming out on the streaming. I worked too hard for this.
I mean,
I
I feel
flew a
like-
jet.
I feel like watching like this movie on like my home television wouldn't really hit the same because the IMAX trailer does make it look really good.
The IMAX movie.
yeah, the 30-minute
The
preview
30-minute
we got.
preview of the whole, the entire scene.
I'm excited for it, though. I've heard it's really good.
I am too. It actually looks pretty good.
Moving on to the next piece of movie news. Simon Rex is cast in Zoe Kravitz's directorial debut thriller,
Okay.
Pussy Island.
Pussy Island.
Nice.
Yep.
The Red Rocket actor is starring alongside Channing Tatum and Naomi Ackie.
Channing Tatum and Simon Rex.
Wow. What a power duo.
Yeah, that's a good
for
power
a
duo
movie
right
called
there.
Pussy Island.
Well, it's got to live up to its name, I guess.
Oh my god.
I wonder what the premise is.
Yeah,
for the movie.
what's the premise of this?
So it follows the story of Frida, played by Aki, a young cocktail waitress living in Los Angeles, interested in pursuing philanthropist and tech mogul Slater King, Channing Tatum. Frida makes her way into King's inner circle and is eventually invited to a party on his private island. Once there, things to prove different from expected.
So this sounds like a sexy Lost Island. Isn't that the name of the movie?
Sounds
Lost
like
Island
a pussy
was-
island.
Sounds like a pussy island.
Lost Island was sexy. I'm not sure what you're referring to.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Sandra Bullock.
Dude, I'm excited for the Boys season 3. This is the newest one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're having a orgy island. Maybe it's the same thing, man.
Wait, really?
What?
Yeah.
There's an orgy island in The Boys?
Yeah, in this new season, there's going to be an orgy island where all the superheroes go and have orgies.
Good segue into the next one.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good segue into our next piece of movie. Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers clips tease the duo's return on Disney Plus later this week.
Well,
Let's
how
go,
about that?
Chip and Dale.
Yeah, how about
Did you guys watch Chip and Dale?
Nope.
No, I have no clue what that is.
I thought they looked like Alvin.
I thought they were Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Yeah, me too. And so that's why I put it in here. But yeah, they're coming to Disney Plus, so tell your kids.
Let's go.
Okay, well, that's awesome.
right.
Andy Samberg is playing Dale.
All right, on to the next piece of movie news. Jason Lives director discloses ideas for a Pamela Voorhees Friday the 13th prequel.
Who's Pamela Voorhees?
Pamela Voorhees is Jason's mother.
Mommy.
And in case you haven't seen the first movie, she gets her head chopped off. So
Whoa, spoilers.
it is a spoiler.
Well, a spoiler from the 1980s.
Right.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
if you want to watch the newest movie, they probably show that scene because they like to spoil all the previous movies in the first 5 minutes of the newest one you're watching.
This is true.
Christian and I watched the first 4.
Brayden watched those too. He was
Oh.
with us in
Okay,
our
well,
living
Brayden-
room.
I wasn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
I chose
Christian
to watch
and
Friday
I-
the 3rd. Wait,
Also Brayden.
What did I choose to watch? I chose to watch
Freddy.
Nightmare on Elm Street instead.
Yeah. And you actually finished those.
Yeah.
I did. I
Yeah.
finished all 9 of them.
We're still on like number 4 or something.
I think we're on 4. I don't
Yeah.
think we've watched the 4th one.
Yeah. Christian
So,
and I and also Brayden are on 4.
Why is this a big deal? What's going on with Pam these days?
I think
Why isn't it a big deal? It's Jason
I mean,
Voorhees.
there's-
Or Pamela.
Is it like so is it going to be a prequel where like it follows her?
Yeah. So it's I think it's just talking about how like she handles her son dying.
Yeah,
Right?
because
He
like
drowned
they
in
got a
river.
weird relationship thing.
Yeah. He has mommy issues to the
Yes.
extreme.
He did.
Yes. He like kills for his mom or something.
but also in the
Yeah.
first movie, his mom was killing for him.
Oh yeah, because
So-
in the first movie she's the killer.
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere, Jason appears.
Yeah.
Is now.
So the
That's-
prequel,
that's
I guess,
awesome, man.
may be her killing more people,
Yeah, true.
but in 4K.
Who do you think? Here you go. What scream queens do you want in this movie? What young actors and actresses?
What about Tammy from Friday the 13th Part 2? Was that her name? Was it Tammy?
I'd like to see Margot Robbie.
I don't remember.
I don't know.
Dude.
I don't know if she could pass for like a 19-year-old camp. Maybe she could play a camp counselor. There you go.
Dude, some Scream Queens. Oh, man.
Jenna Ortega.
Number 1.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, from X. Yeah.
Maybe Elizabeth Olsen.
Okay, we're taking this in the wrong direction here.
Sandra Bullock.
Sandra Bullock
Okay, we're
from her new hit movie.
we're going the wrong way. Perhaps Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum.
These would be some nice camp counselors, let me tell you.
We're going with the camp counselors.
All right, on to the next piece of movie news. Taika Waititi's mystery Star Wars project will be the next franchise film. Hunter, do you know anything more about this?
Yeah, I know that Taika Waititi's mystery Star Wars project will be the next Star Wars franchise film.
Yeah, so Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy has slyly revealed the roadmap for the next few Star Wars features in an interview with Vanity Fair. So I guess just saying that Taika Waititi's gonna direct the next one.
Disney likes him.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see how he does. He's also directing Thor: Love and Thunder, right?
Yeah.
So
You
be a
know,
good setup.
hopefully it's nothing to do with any of the other ones. Because, like, all the other Star Wars films are all connected. You know.
So they're trying to do like a soft reboot. I've heard
And they do need one.
they do need one. Yeah, they're trying to do like a soft reboot because they're trying to distance themselves from. This is kind of funny, from the trilogy that just happened,
Well,
and they're trying to move on in a new direction, I guess. And Ryan Johnson was originally supposed to direct this next Star Wars movie.
That'd be the Last Jedi director.
Yes, and he is preoccupied with Knives Out too.
Good.
So I guess they, asked good old Taika Waititi.
I said,
Well, hey, what movie would be better? Taika Waititi's
Yeah,
Star Wars or Ryan Johnson's Knives Out 2? Which one? Which one?
Well,
Knives Out too.
yeah, probably.
But
Hey, Taika's pretty good.
Hey,
man.
Taika Waititi in Star Wars could do pretty good, I think.
He's gonna have a Korg, like a Korg version of in Star Wars. You know, he's a Korg from Thor.
a corgi?
No,
Like a dog?
the Rock guy.
Oh,
what's going on?
Korg.
Hey, we're playing Fortnite.
Yeah. Forgot about that guy.
from Ragnarok.
Playing Fortnite.
Yeah,
That's a great movie, Ragnarok.
Speaking of Ragnarok and Marvel projects,
Yeah.
She-Hulk new trailer just dropped.
Yep.
Go check it out.
Hulk's girlfriend, right?
no,
Oh,
Who is it?
only in
Cuz
Alabama.
Hulk's quote unquote cuz in the trailer.
His cousin. So
She looks buff up top. She could use leg day. She carries a dude at the end. And she rips a door off of its hinges when she's in a cell.
you know,
she's also an attorney at law.
And she's an attorney.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
that
an
too.
attorney.
Yeah, how could I forget that part?
Just like old what's Daredevil's name?
Murdoch?
Matt
Matt
Murdock.
Murdock, yeah.
Yeah,
Attorney at law.
I think he's supposed to be in this.
I think he
I'm
is.
pretty sure
I think that's
he's supposed to be in a
Are
couple
they
episodes.
rival?
and I think they're working on a Daredevil film.
Good.
We could put that in movie news, but
We could
we're
put it
already
in,
podcasting
but we're
right
doing
now.
movie news. Yeah.
Maybe next week. Sorry,
Maybe
guys.
next week, guys. But I think that there's a Daredevil movie that's like kind of been rumored. So
Okay.
this would be a kind of a good segue to bring it back into relevancy.
Yeah.
I
mean,
love Daredevil. That show was good, man.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Well, there's not much else to say about the She-Hulk trailer.
No, there's one thing.
I don't know if there's anything.
Yeah, there is.
She swiped on Tinder.
Yeah, Marvel knows their target audience with that end scene.
Yes, they do.
They're getting all the
Divorced 30-year-olds.
all the dudes that want big buff women to carry them.
Oh.
Well, I saw a thing on Twitter, and like it was a quote tweet to the trailer drop, and somebody was like, "I can't wait to see all the people mad at this end scene," because she was carrying a dude,
Yeah.
and then like it was just hundreds of dudes in the comments, and they were like, "We ain't mad at all, actually."
That's funny. Speaking of trailers,
Speaking of getting mad,
what were you gonna say?
We have two different people trying to segue right now.
Were you gonna go into the movie?
yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go into one thing before we go into the
Speaking
movie,
of getting really mad,
and it was something we saw right before the movie we're about to talk about.
oh yeah, that's pretty good movie news.
We saw the first Avatar trailer in the IMAX.
Yeah, we saw
Oh
it.
yeah.
Like with our own eyes.
It happened.
It happened.
Avatar, the way of the water. The way of water?
Way of the Water,
Way
I
of the
think.
water? Okay.
I actually love that trailer. I love that trailer.
It was very pretty. It is the most watched trailer right now on YouTube, right?
Not surprising.
Yeah.
I thought it was so cool how like it opened with just like ambient music and like no audio.
Yeah.
And it just like lets you bask in the glory
It's so pretty.
of it being pretty.
It's so pretty.
But yeah, it was really pretty. It's funny how like that movie, I mean Avatar and this one, like kind of managed to, because there's so much CGI going on, while like they're treading the fine line of it looking weird, but for some reason Avatar works really well.
Yeah.
And it looks really pretty.
Yeah.
Because like, you know what I mean? Like when you edit people's faces with CGI and stuff, like
Make 'em
perhaps
tall blue people, yeah.
Like She-Hulk.
yes, like perhaps like She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Like it looks weird.
Yeah.
But like in Avatar, they look really good.
They
Like
do.
they look really pretty.
And they move very well.
Yeah.
Like it's very fluid.
Because there were some very close-ups in that trailer of the faces and stuff, and it was just them flexing because I mean they look really good.
Well,
Yeah, dude, I saw some clips on Twitter where they're doing stuff, and they're like,
Yeah.
"How is this not like real?
I
It
know.
looks so real. It's
Yeah.
crazy."
I know.
we'll get there one day on our editing skills, Brayden.
Oh, I was like, "What?" Yeah.
Speaking
No, I don't
of
know if we're gonna do that.
Editing movies and CGI
Brayden.
and people getting really mad.
Okay. So we'll move on to this week's movie. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I always thought it was Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness before I did this.
I think I
outline,
did too.
but it's Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. But yeah. So quick synopsis. Dr. Stephen Strange casts a forbidden spell that opens a portal to the multiverse. However, a threat emerges that may be too big for his team to handle. That is a very simple synopsis. I like that.
Yeah, that synopsis was a lot better than the first one.
Yeah. Okay, so scores so far. Rotten Tomato critic score is at 74%. Audience score is at 86%. IMDb score is 7.4. Its opening weekend of the box office was 187 million. That's domestic, so US. And combined, we're going into the third weekend or fourth, third weekend, and so far has made 678 million globally. And I double checked that number as we're doing this, and that's still correct.
That's quite a couple cheeses.
But yeah, no.
And by cheeses, I mean currency.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That's a lot of cheese.
So yeah, this movie, if I guess you could say, Spider-Man: No Way Home was our glimpse of the multiverse. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is our full introduction into the multiverse. And how do we feel about the multiverse, guys? Like it, hate it, love it, meh.
What is the
What's up?
multiverse? Are we just talking about like in general?
Well,
The concept of the multiverse?
I mean, we can go into multiverse theory. Alex, can you look up the multiverse theory definition, physics-wise,
no.
bro? Oh,
So-
okay.
You know, this movie presents an interesting change in the Marvel formula.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it definitely did some cool stuff.
It did.
I like they have a hero that is just kind of like almost like Hulk, just kind of useless at first, and then has to like learn their power. And you know, out of all the things I didn't like, which we'll get into later, I did like the difference that this movie did in the way that they shot it. I like having Sam Raimi come in and, you know, having some variety in their directing styles.
One thing, that's one thing I enjoyed about it is it definitely feels different, for the most part,
The whole movie felt different than any other.
than like a regular Marvel movie.
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
if you watch Black Widow and then this,
Yes,
they're very different.
extremely.
Or I guess any Marvel film. But yeah, that was something
Also,
that's really cool.
Another thing I like, so this movie talks more about Doctor Strange's backstory. And so they discuss, you know, in the first few minutes, you see, you know, him having internal struggles with being a superhero and not being able to, you know, pursue his love life, which I think was an interesting avenue to go down with this movie. And then you see the first CGI battle between
Yeah.
Wild Octo, whatever the hell that was.
Ball guy.
Octo eyeball. So what'd you guys think of the CGI in this movie?
Yo, I just put two and two together. That big monster had one eye.
Oh my god.
Just like
the Illuminati.
I'm not sure
Like the
that's...
Illuminati.
We're getting ahead of ourselves. I don't think that's
so
connected.
sorry.
All
All right.
Open your third eye.
The multiverse has consumed me. I see all.
It's a great talk on the CGI.
The CGI was Marvel CGI. It was good.
There were points where it was good and points where it was bad.
Yeah. My thing really with all the sorcerers and stuff is like they can only do so much because like their power kind of boring. So like they tried to do different stuff in here, like with the music battle and like you know different ways to kind of innovate in the like sorcerer CGI stuff. But like at the very beginning when they were fighting the old Octo Eye Boy and like Doctor Strange just like makes a rope. I was
Yeah.
like, wow.
That's just what he do.
Making a rope. And then Wong comes along and he's like, I got you, brother. And then he like make some light hands. I'm like, okay. And they like start shooting their little like beams. Like, you can only do so much with the sorcerer boys because they're kind of all the same person. But
Yeah, I will say, like, it's also confusing because there's not a whole lot of consistency in the Marvel universe. So, like, where Doctor Strange, like, he can make spells that make, you know, like in Spider-Man where, like, everybody forgets. And then in this, it's like, there's, like, limitations on it where he's like, but he can't do that.
Well, that's like with every film in the Marvel movie, or like in a Marvel franchise, because like they make some people more powerful in some films and then not as powerful in others, and it's all just like up to the writers basically on what they want to do. You know, him talking about how they're not very creative with the magic. It's like Christian, you're doing the Harry Potter marathon right now. Mm-hmm. It's just like in Harry Potter, dude. Like towards the end, they just like the wands are just like guns.
they just throw beams at each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, same thing. Yes.
Like there's very few times when they're creative, and there's a couple times in Harry Potter where they're like super creative.
Yeah.
And you haven't got to some of them yet. But I think by the fifth movie or something, there's something that's cool. But like, yeah, towards the second act, I can't remember when that was, the music fight that Doctor Strange has with another version of himself.
Yeah, the second act.
I just really enjoyed that so much because it's like they're actually doing something different with sorcery. Like the dude was like, I guess he's not in this film, but like Doctor Strange is a sorcerer supreme, and like all he can do is just wield yellow
yes.
around. But that's also a thing with all Marvel movies, because like in Eternals, like they're magical, but their magic kind of looks like Doctor Strange. You know, it's got like I'm trying to, like, you know, their swords or like their fists that they have.
They got the glow to
They're kind of
them.
just boring.
Yeah.
But it's kind of just something that Marvel does.
It's just weird, especially when it's in like the same movie. Sometimes it just throws me off a little bit. And then, all right, I'm just gonna get into it. America.
Okay.
America Chavez.
We can talk about
I
America
had-
Chavez. I have some
I would
thoughts.
challenge
had
you
some-
to say her first name, because I don't know how to say it.
I literally decided before we started this podcast that I was going to refer to her as Miss Gomez
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that is
because
a
I
great idea.
don't want to mispronounce her.
Yeah.
You know, we should
let's
know
not
because it's a
butcher it.
Native American name, but
Yeah.
Are you Native
theoretically?
American?
I am, yeah.
I'm not.
Oh,
Anyways,
sorry.
Sorry, I'm not up to my pronunciation.
Miss Gomez in this movie that plays America.
Chavez.
America Chavez. I had some issues with her character. I get why they wanted to do her the way they did, right? Where they're like, she doesn't understand her power. I get it. She needs like a guide, right? Like a mentor. But it just like, she comes from like a utopian society, right? Why did they name her America? This just bothered me so much. And it took me out of this movie. Because I was just like, and then she wore the the red, white, and blue jacket, and I was just like, but this doesn't tie into her character at all.
But we don't know a lot about her origin, though. Like
I don't
we,
know shit about America.
Exactly.
No.
But the whole movie was about her.
I think that there's probably some,
There's a reason.
I think they're probably trying to be symbolic with it somewhat.
Yeah.
Or just follow the comic. I don't know.
But I kind of figured like there was some sort of symbolism there that I just wasn't picking up on.
Yeah.
My problem with America was she kind of just annoyed me.
Yes.
And like quite literally from the first time she was on the screen, just because she was like damsel in distress for like 3/4 of the movie. So like at the very beginning when she's just running around and going, "Ah, ah," like I was annoyed literally immediately. And then she did it like for literally 3/4 of the movie. And I was like, man, there is nothing going on here but a screaming young woman.
See, and that's like my point. Is like she's just like yelling. Like you see one thing of her backstory
Yeah.
where she like transports her parents into and they get thrown somewhere, and like that was it. That was the end of her story.
And I'm not gonna dog on this because she's literally a child, but she's an inexperienced actress. She's only in a couple things. She was in Raven's Home. She was in The Babysitter's Club. And she's had some really small roles in other movies.
I mean, you can kind of tell.
And you can kind of tell.
Yeah.
Because she kind of just gives off, like an inexperienced acting vibe of like, I'm just playing the character I was given and the character's kind of boring. But yeah, towards the end, I kind of started to like warm up a little more to her because she started having a personality. But at like the very beginning of the movie, I was like, man, and because I thought the movie was going to be about her, like exclusively, and I was like, man, this is gonna be rough if this is the whole thing, and we're just gonna have to sit here with, and like her dialogue and stuff. I don't know, man.
I mean, she definitely needed Benedict Cumberbatch and Elizabeth Olsen to
kind of
carry her, but I don't know.
Yeah. It's a great segue. Elizabeth Olsen. The main antagonist in this movie.
She's a fucking antagonist, protagonist. This wasn't even
Yes.
like I honestly, it's like,
There's no villain here.
this is mainly like a freaking
Okay, but if there was
Wanda
an antagonist-
Maximoff film. It wasn't even a Doctor
I
Strange.
mean, she
film.
did kill, like, at least a few of the wizards, right?
Just a few.
Only a couple.
I mean, like, I think she was one of the only people that killed anybody, right?
Wizards. Oh,
Fortify your minds.
fortify your
Yeah.
minds.
You know, there were some scenes in this movie, man.
There is a scene specifically when they were at the fort and Wanda was sitting ominously staring at him, down upon him, and there was a woman and she was manning the little magical cannon thing that she had just conjured up, and Wong like gives her the look of like, all right, fire the cannon, and he like nods his head at her, and then she fires it, and then it's the part where Wanda gets hit by the cannon and she gets mad.
Yeah.
So she gets hit by it, and it cuts to a shot at the girl on the cannon who just shot it, and she looks over at Wanda. She's like, "Look, I got her." and then it cuts back to Wanda, and then Wanda's just mad, and I literally like out loud kind of laughed because I was like, well, why did I need that shot of this random person just shooting the cannon at Elizabeth Olsen and hitting her and then going, we have fortified the castle. We've beaten the Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, see, and I think that kind of like, that was part of my other issue, right? Like, some of, like, Wanda is, like, such a strong, like, superhero in this movie that, like, nobody could have, like, taken her down in that first part, and she's just like an unstoppable force. And I get, like, you know, whenever they tied it up, how they, like, you know, where they went with it, but, like, when you see her in the beginning, like, I don't know, she's just like, she was a very good villain in this movie. I will say I like that they gave like someone that much power and just kind of like let Sam Raimi go crazy with it, because it was more interesting to me than the normal like Ultron villain.
I mean, at this point, she's the most powerful superhero there is still, even after this movie. And that kind of leads into what I thought was the most lacking part of this film, was the emotional connection to any of the characters. Like, from America to even her kids in this. They're just, even though you've seen WandaVision, like, even if you've seen WandaVision, it's still like there is a disconnect there.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It just seems very much like Wanda is just completely captivated by this idea of her kids. And I don't know why she can't wrap her mind around that she is in the other universe with them, but I don't know.
I think that's the whole point of like the Darkhold, though, is like it's corrupting her, so she's not like.
Yeah, she's not.
She's
like
off the
herself.
jungle juice, if you
Yeah,
will.
she's.
Did the
I'm-
ice
yeah.
ice cream scene not appeal to you enough? That wasn't enough to draw you.
That
in?
wasn't enough to make you realize that, you know,
No,
those kids are worth losing it all.
the kids were annoying in this movie, like extremely annoying.
You know, and that just goes back to like us not being kid people, because there is literally some of the people next to us when the kids were singing the ice cream song, like it was like a dad and a wife, like very obviously they were like older and they're like, you know, cuddling up the whole movie. And when the kids came out and started singing, like immediately the mom went, "Aww." And like at the same time she did that, I was like, "Ooh."
we just don't like kids.
Yeah, that just goes
Well,
back to like
I think it's a little bit deeper than that, because it was like Christian said, I didn't have an emotional connection, and I watched all of WandaVision.
yeah, I did too.
Yeah. So it's just like the kids kind of annoyed me. Like, I thought they were much better in WandaVision, because
I definitely did
I definitely understood like where Wanda was coming from, and then in this I'm like, I mean, I get that she's corrupted, but I just don't think it was paced as well.
Well, my biggest deal with Wanda being a villain is it kind of doesn't feel earned. Because you go through all of WandaVision, and it's her dealing with her grief of losing Vision, and then her getting kids and not wanting her to lose her kids. But then she understands that she has to let go of grief. And what's Vision's line or whatever, where it's like, what is grief if not whatever? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That line.
In his pretty accent.
If not love persevering.
Yep,
There you go.
yep.
That's what it is.
In his pretty little accent.
And so Wanda has this whole arc in WandaVision, and then just, there's like an end credit scene in WandaVision where she has the Darkhold years, her kids, and now she's a bad guy. And to me, it doesn't feel earned. I guess I understand like why, because the Darkhold literally corrupts you. But I don't know. I just feel that she learned this whole lesson, and then she just goes back to being a villain. I don't know.
Actually, Brayden, that's a great point, because wouldn't it be less like horrible to just control like a town versus like destroy entire dimensions?
Yeah, I mean, looking back
Just
on
like
it, the
the
town wasn't so bad.
No,
Yeah.
it really wasn't.
The town was pretty tame compared.
And
to
at least Vision was real. Like her kids weren't even real in her universe. So
Now, one thing I did like was I did like the fight scenes in this movie. I like that Sam Raimi gave them a little bit more oomph
dude,
for the most part.
that other dimension with the terribly named group, the Illuminati.
Okay, before let's clear something up real quick.
Hold on.
Let's clear something up real quick. I thought that was a joke. Was that not a joke? Is that
Dude,
like
it was
actually
from the
not?
comics.
Is
That
that
was
actually
legitimately
not
their name.
a joke? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I laughed in the theater when they said
It
the
was so
Illuminati
stupid.
because like the line delivery and who was the one who delivered the line, because I like that dude. Mordo.
Yeah, Mordo.
I like that guy. That guy was good in this movie.
yeah.
And he said, "This is the Illuminati," and like I laughed because he delivered it like it was like a campy joke,
Right.
and like everyone was like, "Ooh," I was like, "Was that not a joke?" And like still to this day, I did not know if that was a joke or not. But I'm glad that we have cleared it up. If it's from the comics, I guess it kind of makes more sense. But sorry, you
Yeah.
can go back to your point.
Well, what I was going to say was all of the characters in the Illuminati, I hope they're in more Marvel movies. I hope this wasn't it for them, because if they exist in that universe, they can exist in others. So maybe there's hope that we get more John Krasinski and Patrick Stewart.
Yeah.
This was one of my biggest gripes with this movie, and after this, I'm not gonna keep shitting on the movie because I didn't hate the movie entirely, and I'm kind of getting like stale with Marvel just bringing in cameos at this point just for the sake of bringing in cameos. They have absolutely nothing to contribute whatsoever, and they just bring them in for a split-second crowd reaction and a dopamine rush so that the crowd can go, "Oh my god, the Fantastic Four guy." And then 2 seconds later, you're like, oh, yeah, it's just a Fantastic Four guy. But they literally did it with John Krasinski and Patrick Stewart. And I was like, damn. Like, why even do it? What's the point?
Yeah.
There's no point for them to be there.
Yeah.
Well, hey, Wanda piecing them dudes up must have made you real happy.
Bro, see,
I was,
That's fucking
because
dope.
I was like, oh, what's the point of them being here? And then they got offed. And I was like,
Literally.
okay, what's the point of that?
In the Captain Marvel character, because Captain Marvel's supposed to be like the most badass of all the superheroes, and I feel like they offed Captain Marvel without offing Captain Marvel. You know what I mean? Because it wasn't.
Well, it's not from our universe, so who cares if they die? That's
true.
like
Right,
that's the
but
only
it's-
reason they killed
she's
them.
got the same powers.
This is a cop out, and I think it's goofy. But then again, that the whole multiverse is set
and like
up so that we can have
this is
cop-outs.
when like I liked how Wanda kills like the Bolt. What the hell was it?
Black Bolt. You guys don't like that
Black
whole
Bolt?
scene? That's like straight
No.
out of Invincible. Like that when that
No,
like the
it
very
was
first
really.
episode.
It was
of
a good
Invincible.
scene.
Yeah,
It was a good
It's like
scene.
straight out of
I liked
that.
it.
It's dope.
No, listen.
I don't like. I actually. I
did.
don't like the whole premise of the Illuminati because I feel like that's really weird to like put that in there. Yeah. I don't know. Honestly, I wish they would never have put Patrick Stewart in the trailer because there's no need.
Was he in the trailer?
Yeah.
There's his voice and like the back of his bald ass
really?
head. But like you don't need to do that. But anyway, sorry, what were you saying, Alex?
Yeah. So, but like, I really liked that fight scene, and especially how it starts. I just didn't like the like Christian was saying, the inconsistency in like Captain Marvel is like she literally fights aliens and like flies between planets, but she got crushed by a rock.
Yeah, the whole rock crushing thing is a really like
Yeah.
in Game of Thrones. Two main characters at the very end get killed by rocks.
Yeah.
In this, two people die by rocks in this, and one of them is Wanda. She's not dead.
Well,
but
yeah.
she gets crushed by rocks. You're like, yeah, you know, Captain Marvel is like literally one of the most powerful people in like the comics. I think anyway. I don't freaking know. There's
I think
lots of
so.
shit we don't know.
Yeah.
But like, she gets killed by rocks.
And also, like,
Captain Britain getting sliced in half is pretty dope.
yeah. See,
yeah.
I was like, and also the way that they killed.
I can do this all day and then just fucking dies.
Yeah. And then Mr. Fantastic, where he like Wanda uses her power and like rearranges, you know, like literally makes him into string cheese.
He's a string bean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. She's sitting over there like controlling the power of like the universe itself, and then he walks up and he's like, "I got this," and then he just stretches out his arms, and I'm like, "What?" I leaned over to my girlfriend and I was like, "What is he supposed to like? What is he gonna do?" And then he just like elongates his arms. And I was like, "Oh."
I saw a thing on Twitter where they're like, "Hey, if Mr. Fantastic? I was gonna say Captain Fantastic. That's not the same thing. If Mr. Fantastic doesn't say, 'Hey, Wanda, Black Bolt can destroy you with a whisper,' if he doesn't say that, the movie's over." True.
Yeah.
He just lets Black Bolt do
kill
it.
you right now.
She said, "Oh yeah."
What mouth?
He could kill you right now.
See, and
You just wait.
This was like the campy part of the film that I really liked. Like the beginning of that when they like just show how powerful she is. I actually liked how goofy it was and like how sometimes like the characters aren't evenly matched. Like you have, you know, is it Mr. Fantastic?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have like Mr. Fantastic who like can't do shit against someone like Wanda.
You literally
or-
have Stretch Armstrong
Yeah.
going up against a superhero.
Yeah.
And see, and like that's the stuff that I liked about this movie. I did like, and like I feel at this point you've heard about it. People tweeted about it right after they saw it. Oh my god, this Marvel movie was so much different than the other ones, and it is. And for the most part, it's a really good thing because like that's my thing with like just Marvel movies these days. Is when you go in, you know what you're going in to watch. You know what you're gonna watch. You're gonna enjoy it, and you're gonna leave. But like I was really happy with this that they tried new things. And when you try a bunch of new things, some of them will work, some of them won't work. And I think a lot of it worked really well. I did like when me and Brayden were on the way home after the movie, like Brayden was talking about like just specific like shots. Now I can't fucking remember any of them. But like specific shots and like camera work and cuts and stuff that were in this movie that were really unique compared to like other Marvel movies that have come out literally ever.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of stuff does kind of keep you involved and keep you like, because now when you go to a Marvel movie, you're going to be like, oh, what am I going to get in this one? Because it's just they've gone so stale recently. And that's my main qualm. And I am glad that this movie tried new things because it was entertaining the whole time.
Yeah, they definitely gave Sam Raimi control as far as directing goes.
Yeah.
Maybe not so much with the story, but
Yeah, the writing is still Marvel movie writing.
yeah.
It's still Marvel writing. But yeah, because they gave him a lot of control over it. And I was happy that they did that because I feel like they've recently, because they've been getting such big directors to hop on board with their movies. But then I kind of feel like they don't feel like those directors' movies.
Right.
And this, I feel like, and I've seen no Sam Raimi movies, but this I feel like would feel like a Sam Raimi movie, would it not?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. And that's good because when you have a big director that comes in on like a big project like this, I feel like it's kind of dumb to just strip away their identity as a director because then what's the point of you even bringing them on in the first place?
Right. Yeah. Like Thor, the first Thor is like directed by Kenneth Branagh. You wouldn't know that if you watched it.
Yeah. Because they've been doing it recently where they're getting these huge directors and
And Taika Waititi, like hopefully, like you're saying, it's more of a sign of things to come because even Thor: Love and Thunder looks a little different. There's actually color in the film. There's not color in this one really that much.
No.
It kind of has the same color grading, but the trailer for Thor: Love and Thunder looks more colorful. So hopefully, it's more like Doctor Strange as compared to past Marvel movies.
One of the best shots, I think, in the whole movie was after that fight scene we were just talking about when Wanda's walking towards America and Strange's woman. What's her name?
Christine Palmer, which I'm glad they said in the movie because I would not remember her name.
Yeah. So Dr. Palmer
Yes.
was getting America out, right? And Wanda's walking up like covered in blood from just that fight she just had.
Mhm.
That shot was really cool.
Yeah.
Like that was a badass shot, especially because you're just coming off of the rush of that whole fight. It was pretty cool.
Even how what's his name? Professor X dies. That's really cool.
He gave it his best man.
It's all like it's just like a white room or something. That's really dope.
Yeah, they got creative a lot of times in this, which is good. But yeah, with like the deaths and stuff. I mean, I feel like when you got Elizabeth Olsen just killing so many people in this movie, you kind of have to get creative. And yeah, they get creative with a bunch of them. So that was good.
What do you guys think about Wong hanging off the side of the cliff for 30 minutes?
See, bro, Wong's just Wong, man.
Wong's just Wong.
He's just gonna show up in every single movie and every TV show, and just be Wong. You know?
That was funny.
Like he was just hanging out there for so long.
It went back to
Sorcerer
that.
Supreme, dog.
It went back to that scene, and I was like, and when he like rescued him, or when he jumped back up, and I was
It's like Dead Strange had time to do so much stuff in the time that Wong was just hanging
I was
there.
like, oh, it's been like 40 minutes. I forgot he was there.
Oh, you talking about Dead Strange? Did y'all ever have like a big part of this film is that it's in Doctor Strange's like it's just in him that he will always do like always mess up or something, you know, because like he gets the Darkhold in the Illuminati's universe and they have to kill him or something. Like he always makes the mistakes. And did you guys ever feel like he would sacrifice America? I almost said America Gomez, America Chavez at the end. Because like I feel like that's like a big thing. But like I never felt the stakes of that.
Strange. He
I didn't think so.
Yeah, I never got that feeling.
No.
Like I don't know. It's just it's so weird how I mean I guess it's cool where they're always like, hey, Strange in all these other universes, you mess up, you make the mistake. But like in this one, like in what we've seen so far in the Marvel movies, he's never like he's never done those things.
Yeah.
Like
kinda
I
just
guess
been good.
they try to start off the film by you remember the doctor that comes to Christine's wedding and says like, hey, why'd you have to take away my or whatever? Like why'd you have to let them? He was talking about 5 years or whatever.
He was talking about the
I can't remember what exactly.
end of Infinity War when he made the decision to allow that to happen.
I can't remember exactly what that guy says to him, but like he's like, "There's only one way" or something. Like they kind of tried to set that up, but I just don't feel like there was any stakes at all as far as that goes.
No, yeah. Because I didn't even think about like that possibility.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, she said it and it kind of threw me off because I was like,
Yeah.
why would he?
Yeah. Why would this Strange do that? Yeah.
It's like, what?
It would have been cool to like, dude. Okay, we're talking about a multiverse. If you watch, like, why would you have a multiverse movie and then only go to two multiverse, like only spend time in the film in two multiverses, two different universes that are like the exact same?
Yeah,
as
true.
ours.
Like, why couldn't they
Like
just
you
go
have
into
so
the,
many other possibilities.
just go into Paint World the whole movie?
Now, yeah,
You
want to
go in the underwater? Want to be fish?
Just, yeah, go into Fish World.
It's weird. I don't know.
I do wish they would have like gone more into.
But that's also Marvel trying to be safe. with
Yeah,
stuff.
true. Like kind of gone more creative, like because like wasn't there like a cartoon one in there?
Yes.
Yeah, like that was cool. That was super cool. I thought that was like, and I kind of wanted more.
Yeah.
Because like they teased you with it with that little compilation of all the different ones.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, that was cool. And I do wish that they kind of would have spent a little more time somehow. I'm not a writer, so I don't know how to go about
Well,
doing
even
that.
like if they were to just do like fights in each universe, it would have been cool.
Instead of just like passing through for like 3 seconds and then they move on to the next one, it would have been cool. Like stay on the cartoon one for like a couple minutes. Like that would be so cool.
Yeah. I wish they could have all been rocks for at least 5 seconds.
Yeah.
You know? Shout out.
Yeah, exactly. Go to the rock world and then just
Exist.
in peace and harmony.
Where you only talk through text.
Yeah.
On the screen.
It's just pure silence. And then they move on to the next world.
Do we got anything else we want to talk about?
You guys want to talk about the conclusion real quick? Or did we do that?
Oh,
Just with
Wanda.
Wanda kind of ending or like dying. I mean, whatever you want to call it.
She coming back.
Yeah.
America opening
Right.
the portal
Yeah.
and her going.
America learns how to
done.
use her power, which is arguably like I don't know.
It's very helpful.
Well,
it's not that
It's-
good.
yeah,
it's just helpful.
It's like,
you know,
it's like cool, but it's like one of the most useless powers because she's like, watch this, boom, you're somewhere else.
It's very
bitch.
situational.
Well,
Yeah.
hey, she could
But I
like
guess-
throw punches and stuff at the end with
Yeah.
whatever,
she
I
was
guess.
trying her best. Yeah, she gave Wanda a good fight for about 5 seconds,
Yeah.
which I guess was kind of impressive.
Yeah, and like she's obviously like her character. They're obviously trying to set up, and with Miss Marvel. Is that what
The little girl,
Yeah.
yeah,
Is that
that's
Miss Marvel?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Like they're obviously trying to set up like younger,
Yeah, they
younger
are.
heroes, or and like with Hawkeye with
His daughter.
I can't Haley Seinfeld. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, the next generation
Yeah.
of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I haven't been as big of a fan of this magic centered universe as I was of the last one, but
Well, it's also hard, you know, like with you when you end a phase with something like Endgame. It's kind of hard for people to be like, okay, well, I guess we're starting this back up. We're starting more stories back up. You know, you got to there's new characters that you have to.
they're in a tough phase right now.
Yeah,
I think.
I think they kind of are.
They are because they can make money no matter what they put out.
Right.
So like it doesn't really affect them. But yeah, because like hardcore Marvel fans are cool with what's going on right now. But yeah, it like I said earlier, it's just kind of like becoming stale because like I feel like every Marvel movie that we talk about on the show, I've rated it pretty high because I've liked all of them.
There's been good ones recently. I feel
yeah,
like.
and they're all fine. But also like when I go into it, I know what I'm expecting. I know what I'm about to get. This one did throw curveballs. Not the whole thing was not like people that are like talking about how this is like a totally different movie completely. It's not. Because like Brayden talked about earlier, the writing is still kind of the same. But hey, they're trying new things. I hope it continues.
Me too.
I hope they keep trying to, innovate and keep it fresh.
Yep.
And hey, this movie's doing pretty well. So maybe they will.
Hey man, Benedict Cumberbatch. I feel like he's great in everything I've ever seen him in. So,
He is pretty
Pretty
good.
good.
and he keeps that up here. He's an incredible actor. Do we want to go into our reviews?
Ratings.
Yeah.
Ratings.
Let's do this all over again. We'll
Ratings.
review it all over again.
Yeah, we've reviewed. Ratings?
Yeah.
Alex, welcome back.
Oh yeah, you go first.
Thank you. It's good to be back. I'm gonna give this movie a 69%. I'm gonna keep it freaky for this freaky movie.
Nice.
I liked it, but there were things that could be improved on.
Nice.
Fuck yeah. All right. I like this movie a little more than Alex. I think I'm going to go with a 78%.
78. Okay.
I thought this movie was a movie. It's one of the movies where like I get if people like it a lot, but like for me, I don't know, it just didn't really hit 100% with me. So I'm gonna give it a nice middle of the road 53%.
I'm trying to think. I'll just do, these. Okay. I'm pretty sure the past couple movies, I've just agreed with the critic score, and I think I'm going to agree here. Freaking basic bitch, 70. I'll do 75. Could have used more pizza, Papa.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So that gives us a cheese meter score for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness at a whopping 68.75%. We want to round that up to a 69
Yeah.
to keep it freaky
sure.
for the freaky movie.
Nice.
All right.
Cheese meter. Gouda.
Cheese meter.
You like that?
Yeah. What if we had to come up with a bunch of different cheeses?
Pepper jack.
But like cheese puns.
Completely subjective.
Yeah.
90 to 100 is pepper jack.
This was kind of a Swiss
Yeah.
Swiss movie kind of Swiss cheese kind of movie.
cheese, man. It was just the best.
Lots of holes in that
This
plot.
movie was dog shit. It was just American cheese.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you guys for listening today. We appreciate all of your support. If you enjoyed what you heard, go ahead and leave what? Brayden and Alex don't appreciate your support.
No,
they said.
no, that's not what I was nodding my head
Me
for.
and Hunter appreciate your support.
He was definitely.
If you enjoyed what you heard today, go ahead and like the video if you're on YouTube, or leave us a review wherever you listen to your podcasts. You can follow us on Twitter at _PodRats.
That's why I was shaking my head.
We might launch you into another universe.
I got nothing.
If you follow us on Twitter, it could be
Nice.
fun.
Nice.
Your support means everything and
Could
keeps
be
us
fun.
motivated to be here every week. That being said, we'll be back next time. Until then, put yourself first and take care of each other.
See ya.
Bye, guys.
Bye.